Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Glow and Grow. Sorry, I have the camera all in my face. My baby boy is still homesick, so I am entertaining him with some Miss Rachel. For those of you who know, you know. But come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Friday already. It is Friday already. Okay, let's see if he's happy with this one. Anyway, good morning, good morning. So the message for today, for today's Glow and Grow, is trust that God will reroute your mistakes. Okay? Trust that God will reroute your, sorry for the sound. Trust that God will reroute your mistakes. So this message for you came from a question that I received of how do you know you're not making a mistake or that you're not the wrong one and making a mistake to leave the relationship, although it's verbally and emotionally abusive. So first of all, the fact that you're considering it verbally and emotionally abusive, right? And let's just get some clarity there because a lot of times people don't identify it as abuse. I was one of those people. Someone that's causing you ongoing pain, right? Even if it's not every day, but there's moments of causing you pain. They're not showing any remorse for it, and not showing remorse doesn't mean, oh, I'm sorry, but they're actually not changing their behavior, right? If there's remorse, you're going to change, right? So that is abuse. If you're causing someone harm, it may not be physical harm, but emotional harm, causing emotional pain, that is abuse. So if you identify that person as causing you verbally, inflicting verbal abuse, emotional abuse, right? So then verbal is, of course, using your words to cause pain, right? Emotional pain, psychological pain, causing you stress, causing you to feel anxious. That is abuse, right? So if you're identifying it as abuse, that's already a signal that you should trust your decision, that you're not making a mistake. But the other part to that is, which is the message today, to trust that God will reroute you if you make a mistake. I've heard it said before, when we make a mistake when we're driving, we know that the GPS is going to reroute us. We're not stressed, right? Now, if you're from my generation, when I first got my driver's license, we used to have to go and print out the directions on the internet. And if you made a mistake, you know you're screwed because there is no rerouting, right? You follow what the direction says. And if you make a mistake, you have to figure it out, right? But the GPS, nowadays, we trust that the GPS is going to reroute us, right? We're not worried. Like, okay, if I make a wrong turn, the GPS is going to tell us which way to go next. That is the same way God works, right? And I find this message so important because I see a lot of people that I've worked with and other people that I just talked to, they are stuck, attached to, uh-oh, you okay? They are stuck, attached to toxic people. Even if they're not still in the relationship, they're still allowing that toxic or narcissistic person to have access to them because they're worried that they don't want to cut it off completely. I'm afraid to go no contact, right? They're afraid to cut it off completely because they're afraid that maybe I'm making the wrong decision to remove this person out of my life. Right? So yeah, I'll break up, but I'll still talk to them from time to time. I'll still allow them to have access to me, because I'm not really sure if it's the right decision. But you're causing yourself more pain, right? Because if you've identified someone as toxic or narcissistic, why are you exposing yourself to them? If you considered someone a murderer, you're not going to still expose yourself to them. You're not going to say, well, it's their father, or, well, they have good sides. You're not going to do that. You're like, you're a murderer. You kill people. I don't want anything to do with you, right? People who have destructive personalities, people who have narcissistic personalities, they're murdering your emotions. They're murdering your psychological well-being. It's the same thing. It is the same thing. Okay? So don't allow that fear that I've made a mistake to keep you attached. Trust that God, if that person really is for you, good morning, Granny. If that person really is for you, trust that God is going to bring you back. Chances are, if you're here listening to me, if you're subscribed to me because of my content, which is around toxic and narcissistic relationships, chances are that's not the person for you, and God is not going to reunite you. And maybe that scares you too, because deep down you know that, and you're fearful that you're not going to find someone else. The world is full of billions of people. There are people out there for you, trust me. Right? But you have to cleanse your space. You have to cleanse your space, and you have to heal in order to attract the right people. And in order, once you attract them, in order to maintain and nurture those relationships. Okay, so let go of the fear that you're making a mistake. Okay, and trust that if you really are making a mistake, if you really are the wrong one, trust that God is going to do the work on you, and that you also have to put in the work. Okay. Another thing to do is to journal. And I know, don't hang up yet. Journal scares a lot of people, but journaling just means getting your thoughts on paper. What are the patterns that I experience in this relationship? What are the things that hurt me in this relationship? How does this person treat me? How does this person respond to me? Write it out, because once it's written out, you cannot deny what's written on paper. But when we keep it up here, it's easy for us to change what we're thinking depending on the mood we're in. Because you see, our mind is conditioned to keep us safe and keep us protected from harm. So that's why it's so easy to fall into denial, right? I'm one of those people. I have tons of alarms on my phone. I set an alarm for everything, right? Because I realize the day flies by and you can forget what you're doing, right? Good morning, Renee. Good morning, Project Penn State, right? So you can forget what you, I've lost my train of thought. You can, I have tons of alarms. That's what I was saying. I have tons of alarms on my phone. And I set them because I realize the day goes fast and I need to keep up with what I'm doing. I have 2 young children. I have a business. I have a husband. I have things, right? A lot of things to keep going on. So one of the things, though, that's funny about me is that I'm much better at it now. But back in the day, I could hit the snooze button a million times. And I would be half asleep and I would be rationalizing. I have 10 more minutes. I have 5 more minutes. Oh, but I don't really have to do my hair too much today, so I can sleep a little longer, right? I will come up with all types of reasons to keep hitting the snooze button, right? And I'm giving you that story because that's an example of how our mind, when we are in a moment, can completely flip the switch, right? It can completely give us a different message to keep us feeling comfortable, right? So that is why it's so important to write things down so you don't forget. Why did I make the decision to go? Why did I make the decision to break up? Why am I still allowing this person to have access to me? Okay, so that fear that you're making a mistake, give it to God. God will reroute you the same way the GPS will reroute you. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning. The same way the GPS will reroute you is the same way God will reroute you. Okay, so put your faith in Him. Ask Him for support, and also get support. You know, a lot of times we're trying to do things on our own. There are people and places and programs, whether it be with me or someone else, get yourself support. If it's hard for you to get clarity on your situation, if it's hard for you to detach from a situation, get support. We have less than 2 months left in 2024. I don't know about you, but I love new beginnings. I love the start of a new week. I love the start of a new day. I love the start of a new year, right? Because it just reminds us that we have another chance. God bless us with another chance, right? We have 2025 coming up. You don't have to stay stuck in a situation. You don't have to stay stuck. I know many women that I have worked with that are out of a relationship, a toxic or narcissistic relationship for a while, but they still feel stuck. Yes, they still have their job, or they're still, able to travel. They're doing things, they're living, but emotionally they notice that there's certain parts of them that's being held back, right? Don't allow that to happen. You're allowed to have it all. Go for it all. Work on yourself. Wherever you're stuck in your life, work on it. And if it's hard for you to do it yourself, get support, because there's someone who has been where you are before and that can give you the steps on how to move forward. All right. So don't go into 2025 with this. All right. Welcome. If you are just joining, catch the replay. I'm going to put it up. For those of you who are new, welcome. Nailah Abdullah here, toxic relationship coach. I'm here every morning, Monday to Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I sometimes go live later on in the day too. So hit your notification. How to do that, because I didn't know before. Hit the subscription. Once you hit the subscription, you get a drop down, hit all notifications, and then you'll get a notification when I come on. All right. And if you are looking for support, if you are struggling to get out of a toxic and narcissistic relationship, if you're already out of one, but you still feel like I just can't move forward, you need clarity, whatever it is, click the links below. I have different ways that I can support you. The way that I recommend, a great place to start, is the relationship detox. It's a little bit more affordable if money is a issue for you, but it gives you everything you need. You get access to my course, which is lifetime access, and you also get access to me for group coaching, for 1 free month of group coaching inside of my group Thrive. All right, so you can go to the relationshipdetox.co. That's the relationshipdetox.co. Or you can click any of the links below once this goes up, and you'll see all the other ways to work with me. All right, you all have a blessed day, and I will try to come on later, but I'm not sure, so turn on your notification bells. All right, I'm gonna go have some breakfast. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye, Renee. Bye, Stacy. Bye, Granny. Bye, Ola. All right, bye-bye.